Hey, it's Mike. I'm back. I'm ready to go. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Hey, we got Liam. Hey, Liam, good to see you. Glad you're here. And we got Hayden. All right. Good morning. It's evening for me. It's evening for me. How you doing? Good to see you. Snoggle. How you doing? Howdy. And Tim. Good to see you guys here. I'm ready to go. I'm going to get going right now. I'm going to go ahead and start the opening so we can get right to it. I got a lot of fun stuff. We are going to have, before I get to the opening, I just want to say that we're going to have some fun. We're we're gonna have a good time.
Just what is it that you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. We want to be free to ride. And we want to be free to ride our machines without being hassled by the man. And we want to get loaded. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do.
Well, when, baby? Let's go.
We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a party.
Yes, absolutely. And we have Eliana. Hey, I hope you feel better. You know, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. It's good to see you here. Please take it easy and get better and get better. So let's get right to this opening, so we can get right can get this going. Where's my opening? Here we go.
Hello?
Hello.
All right. Thanks for sticking it out. Thanks for still being here. And we got Duke of Squirrels. Good morning where you are. It's evening for me, so it's good evening. Good to see you. Absolutely. Fake human running after that kiwi, being chased by the cops. Absolutely. And yeah, I hope Eliana is feeling better. Gets to feel better. So the first thing I wanted to bring up, just because this just happened, I just saw this, and I think it's really funny. So this, the Lord Chaitanya's Grace Place, our friend Gorahari, the psycho guru, dreaming guru, the psycho dreaming guru. So he's online. He's live right now. I guess he's doing his thing, or he was doing his thing. I was getting ready, and I just happened to see that he's talking about me again. He's talking about me. He can't stop talking about me ever since I dissed him and said he's a scammer, guru, faker, dreamer. That just got, like, I guess he's never had anyone confront him like that because he can't get over it. He just can't get over it. Giggity, yeah. Giggity, yeah.
All right.
That's the one, absolutely. So here he is. I'm not going to play him, but I'm going to show you some things that he's got in the comments that I find really disturbing. So I kind of wanted to get your opinion, some of your opinions, and also show this because I think it's really weird, and I think it's I don't know. You tell me. Here it is. So. This is happening now, or it just ended. But if you look over here in the comments, okay, this woman, this Johnnicky, the one down here, this woman with the glasses, she put in here in the comments, she put, I thought losing my husband was my greatest loss. and then laughing emojis, and then dancing emojis. Now I dance with joy for the freedom you give. Wow, wow, wow. What a blessing in disguise. And then more like shocked face emojis and laughing emojis. And when I saw that, I just thought that was really disturbing. I thought that was really disturbing. Is that she lost her husband, and it was painful for she said, I thought it was my greatest loss. It was her greatest loss, and now she's come under the spell of this guy, this freak, and now she's like, I'm dancing for joy because now he's gone, and I got you, this my guru, and now I'm just like I'm laughing. I think it's funny. It's funny that it's funny that I thought it was my greatest loss, and now it's funny that I'm now dancing with joy that he's gone, because now I have you to tell me stories. I can listen to your stories. And that's just me. I just think that's, I don't know. It's disrespectful to her husband, that's for sure. Disrespectful to her husband, but I guess, that's, and that's the brainwashing of these people. I just think it's just, personally, I think it's friggin' disgusting. But and then just a few comments down. If you look at a few comments down, they're talking about me again. He says, Mike thinks he's the man. Mike thinks he's the main character from the movie Holy Smoke. I don't even know what movie that is. I don't even know what they're talking about. But evidently, I don't. Evidently, there's a character, and he sounds pretty cool to me. He sounds pretty cool to me. I guess he's pretty cool. If he's anything like I think I'm pretty cool. But
Let's have sex.
So okay, so let's get down a bit. That guy's fucking weird to me. Now, so of course I'm going to start off with Knitting Cult Lady, because I think she's just got so much great stuff to say, other than unlike Harvard dumbass Goswami, who went to Harvard, but he's got nothing to say. He's got absolutely nothing to say that means anything to anybody. There's nothing that he can say that helps or makes anybody's life better or does anything for anybody. He's no different than this Gora Hari, who's got this woman now. She's like, oh, I'm glad my husband's dead, because now I got Gora Hari, and I can listen to him tell stories. And I got my white super Hindu Jesus. I got my white super Hindu Jesus, and I'm kind of a white super Hindu Jesus too, as long as I'm following him. So here's someone who went to Harvard, actually learned something. So somebody who went to Harvard, got a degree, is a real scholar, wrote books, studied, and is an expert. Unlike Harvard dumbass Goswami, who went to Harvard, didn't learn shit. I mean, I don't know what he learned. I mean, he learns some stupid shit. He didn't even really learn anything. He just got a degree so he could sound smart. So he could sound smart and be like, hey, I got a PhD, or I'm Dr. Resnick, and I give my polo shirts to my disciples, and then they worship my polo. I worship my polo shirt. Friggin' insanity. Okay, so here's somebody with a Harvard degree that's actually got something smart to say. Let me see if I can get.
So, a little more on the homeschooling, because some of y'all went so far as to tell me that you no longer feel safe in my space because of my opinions on homeschooling. Someone even canceled an interview. And first of all, I have to say, if you no longer like can be in someone's space because they have an individual opinion on something, I think you might want to look at both deification, turning people into gods, and dehumanization, turning people into objects, a little bit more. But because so many people came to tell me that they were upset. And like homeschooling parents, I say this with love, but when I'm talking about homeschooling, I'm not here for you. I'm here for your adult children. I'm here for the adult homeschoolers. That's who I'm here in this space for right now. And if you look at any of the comments on my homeschooling videos, you'll see that I'm doing just fine with that audience. This is like when I talk about Alcoholics Anonymous and I tell people, I'm not here for your good stories. There's plenty of places for you to go share those. I'm here to hold space for the people who had bad experiences, and they don't have a lot of places where they can share those and be validated. So maybe you can listen and you can learn, or you can continue to go on as you were before. But when I'm talking about homeschooling, I'm here for the homeschooled adults. I'm here to make those people feel safe. I'm here to hold space for them and their experiences, because so many of their parents cannot and will not do that for them to talk about their homeschooled experience and their current struggles.
Okay, so the reason I found that so important is because a lot of these trolls come in here, and a lot of people want to come into this chat or into this stream or into this whatever you want to call it, and they want to preach, or they want to say, well, not everything is bad, or you're this or you're that, or whatever it is that they want to say. And I'm not comparing myself to Knitting Cult Lady. I'm not I'm not comparing myself to her. But the only thing I'm comparing myself to is her attitude. Like, I'm not here for you people that are in it and want to preach to me or preach to anyone that's watching the stream and commenting. I'm not here. I'm not here for that. You can go do that. You can go do that everywhere, because you already do. You distribute your books. You promote Prabhupada. You do all of that already. I'm not here for you to do that here. I'm here for the people that are here, for people like me, and for people that are here, for people that are in and want to leave and don't know how to leave, or people who have just left and they're having problems. They're whatever it is. That's why I'm here. That's my audience, and my audience is for people like Paz, who wants to know more about this cult that their family member joined, or their best friend who's not their best friend anymore, and they don't know what's going on, or someone who grew up in it and just is getting out of it, and they don't have anyone to talk to. There's nowhere to go. Well, we're all here now, and that's what we're here for. We're not here for ISKCON people, and they want to preach for Gora Hari's people that want to preach and say whatever. I'm not here for you. It says right in I put that in the description of my channel, of my videos on day one. I'm not here to debate you. That's not what this is about. This is a debate. This is an intervention, deprogramming. This is where people can come and learn about this cult, learn about cults, learn about what cults do, how they do it. Hare Krishna, is it a cult? What happened to me? What's going on? That's what this is for. And we can all share, learn, and experience, and all of that. This isn't for ISKCON people to come in here and try to preach or try to defend or any of that. Although they can't really. They want to try. They want to try, but that's really what this is all about. This is educating people. This is not a debate with these trolls. Danny DeVito Swami. Yeah, that's him. That's him. And Harvard dumbass DeVito Swami. We shouldn't besmirch the name of Danny DeVito and tie him with this Harvard dumbass Goswami. I'd rather just call him Harvard dumbass Goswami, because Danny DeVito seems like I don't know him as a person, but I like his comedy and everything. So that the guy in Holy Smoke is a seducing guru. Well, no, is there a deprogrammer in? Is there a deprogrammer in the movie? Because he said I'm like the deprogrammer. I don't know. I don't know. Knitting lady bitch out her audience. She asked beforehand that nobody comment. Yeah, I guess this has been going on recently, back and forth. This has been going on back and forth. Hey, Jenna Morton, good to see you. Trolls and others want to rage bait. They don't want to put themselves in our shoes and want to call us angry or crazy for talking about our experiences. They dismiss our experiences. Yeah, like that guy did with Dagmar. That guy that was bad mouthing Dagmar, and he could have came in here and said something, and maybe he doesn't speak English. I don't know. He could have came in and said something, and tried to defend Iskon. No, he's not going to do that. He's going to write an article and try to defame her and criticize her, which he has a right to do. He has a right to do that. But he doesn't want her. He's going to write an article criticizing her for criticizing Iskon to get, just go figure that one out, right? Okay. I can criticize you, but you can't criticize anybody. If Hare Krishna had a good experience in the cult, good for them. But that doesn't take away the fact that many other were not treated right. And my take on it is that everybody has a bad experience. Being scammed by these gurus, whether you're happy, if you don't recognize you're being scammed and you're happy, that doesn't mean you're not being scammed. You're still being scammed. You don't know it, but you're still being scammed. Everybody else knows it. It's like my roommate. My roommate was telling when I finally left, and my roommate, because he would hear all the conversations, he would overhear all everything, the programs, the Yashoda. He would hear, he just living there. And when I finally left, and he was like, "Man, I knew you were being manipulated, and they were." They had it like a hold of your mind. He said that to me. He's like, I could tell just by the conversations and what you guys would discuss and talk about. He could see it. He wasn't a devotee. He could see it. It was plain as day to him. He never said anything to me because he probably was figuring, guys, he didn't know about all the pedophilia, the child marriage, and the racism and the sex. He didn't know about all of that because I didn't know about So he's thinking, hey, Mike's, he's this punk to flunk to monk guy. That's what he figured. He's like that, one of those guys, one of those guys. We were being scammed. We're being scammed. Yes, and that's it. If people having a good time, dancing around, doing all that, and you go, yeah, it's harmless, whatever. But they are being harmed, because when are they going to wake up? In bed with soup and watching live. That sounds like a good place to watch. That sounds like a good place to watch. So that's her take on the homeschooling, and I agree. I tend to agree with her, because she says in another video. I saw her in another video, and she was saying that uh, when you speak with the homeschooled adults, they have issues. They have issues with their schooling more times than not. So it's and she's the expert. She knows what she's talking about. Okay, so here's another one. I want to get into this because this is about when she got out of it, and so this is really interesting.
Devotions with Daniela. We are reading from Uncultured, the first book of Daniela, about growing up in the Children of God cult and going into the cult of the U.S. Army. This is Dazed and Confused, and I have just left the Children of God at the age of 15. Dougie eventually got me into school and hadn't asked me for anything in return. After several visits to the Houston School District's headquarters, he negotiated a real solution. I could enter, and instead of beginning as a nearly 16-year-old freshman, a state fund would cover the $8,000 worth of placement tests, which, if I could pass, would catch me up with my proper cohort. Sitting for the makeup tests, as I tried to pass 2 years of classes I'd never attended, started joyfully. I finally felt like a real student. I loved the wood of the number 2 pencil resting against my fingers. The slightly oatmeal-like smell of the test booklets never opened nor creased before me. The newness of education being in my reach for the very first time. But testing grew tedious with the 9th and 10th and 22nd exam placed in front of me, full of math, literature, and science concepts I had never seen. I called heavily upon my ability to write reactions to religious texts, giving the aunties what they wanted to hear. In other words, my ability to bullshit. And I passed almost all of them. But even math wasn't as hard as the real test. When I sat in front of a systemite doctor, a clone of the ones who had hurt me before, his hands full of needles, injecting one after the other into my arm, a full course of 16 vaccinations, the scars I'd carry as proof that I could never return to where I came from. I was forever marked, my body full of systemite poison. On my first official day of school, as I walked to Heaven's beat-up red car, the heat of the April morning had already descended, and I knew the humidity would only cause my hair to gradually grow more poofy. But I had more important things to think about. I'd been picturing the moment my whole life, my first day of real school, where I would learn things the aunties couldn't and wouldn't teach me, where I'd make friends besides the kids I lived with in the commune.
So my daughter, when she was in she went to the Gurukula, the day school, from like first grade to sixth grade. From first, second, third, fourth, fifth, I guess, like through sixth grade. And then, and it in the middle of that, what happened? The incident happened with her, and the L.A. Temple took over kind of took the school away from Jaganambika, which was her teacher, and put someone else. It was a whole thing. This whole thing happened with my daughter and Jaganambika, the teacher, and this guy that did it. And it was a whole thing, and the school like shut down for a while. Kind of, the school was like, and then they put some other people. They took the teachers out, put some new teachers in, and the kids, most of the kids that were in the school left the school and went with Jaganambika, and she started she was like homeschooling them, kind of. I mean, she had a curriculum. It was basically the Gurukula school, but she was just doing it from her apartment with all the kids. And then the temple put a bunch of new kids in there and like had their own school, and Jaganambika was doing her own thing with my daughter for like 2 years. I think my daughter did that for like 2 years with just Jaganambika and these other some other kids, like 4 or 5 other kids. And then I put her in public school, and that was a transition for her. It was, she'd come home and she'd say, "Oh, these kids are mean, and these kids are talk about this, and they're whatever." It was a difficult time. It was a difficult time for her just to get adjusted to kids in public school. I mean, you know, kids in public school. You start at kindergarten. You know how kids are. I know how kids are. When I was in school, I only went to public school. By the time I was in junior high school, but growing up in the Gurukula is not public school. So going into public school at 7th grade, she was going to Palms Junior High School. It was a little bit of a shock. It was a culture shock for her, and for me, because I had to deal with her adjusting to the school. It was interesting. High suicide rate amongst homeschoolers. The real world is not like mommy and daddy. Yeah, and they don't learn that. The parents think they're teaching them a lot, but they don't, and they don't learn what they don't learn. Interacting with other kids that are different than them, and just that. I mean, I learned early on in kindergarten and 1st grade, you know, that there were like all these different kinds of kids. You know, I was, you know, all of a sudden, and it was like we were Catholic, and there were like a lot of Jewish kids in school. I didn't know what that was. There were some Indian kids in the school way back. A couple Indian kids, and just other kids, black kids in the school. It was just like everything, you know, and it's a different world than if you're going to you're homeschooling. You know, you don't see nobody, mom and dad. That's it. That's it. And then getting out into the real world and is not being able to, you know, just interact with people and having, I don't know. It's got to be. The fact devotees think Charnamrita is like the most spiritual thing you can drink. Yeah, you know, that foot wash, man, that foot wash. Okay, so that was a little bit of Knitting Cult Lady. And again, I recommend everybody to go over and subscribe to Knitting Cult Lady, watch her videos, and even buy her books. I would buy her books. I don't have time to read her books. I watch her videos all the time, and I've been watching her for years now, I guess, a couple years now. But I would, you know, I would definitely buy her book if I was into reading books. Okay. Now, I found this webpage I wanted to show some of you in case you're interested. Aviator Lochan, good to see you here. Sorry, I recognize that. I thought it was Duke of Squirrels, Aviator Lochan, and Hayden. So this channel is called Cults to Consciousness, and it's just like an expose on a lot of different cults. I'm going to play a little bit of one of their videos, and this one says, "Mystical Guru Whistleblower. I fell in love with a professional predator." And hey, Howard Johnson, good to see you here. So I was going to show a little bit of this because, and I tell you, if you want to learn about cults, there's a lot of cults. There's a lot of these cults, and it's like Gorahari type guys. A lot of them, and they're all over. And he's no different. Anyway, it's called Cults to Consciousness, and they have all kinds of these cults, and they talk to people who survive these cults. Here we go.
He was 60 years old. I was his 21-year-old virgin, naive client, fresh out of a very repressed religious upbringing, so new to the world. I deeply trusted this person. He was a guru. People were flying in from different states to receive healing work from him. So I thought, oh, surely I'm safe with this person. So at his house, he said, lay down, I'm going to do some energy work on you. And I did. In that moment of heightened vulnerability, receiving the energy work, he initiated sexual contact with me. It's actually illegal in this situation that I was in for him to initiate sexual contact with a client. Came out of that experience very deeply confused. This dynamic of what I call spiritual gaslighting, women's psychic and spiritual and sexual circuitry, it kind of runs on the same wiring. If a system tries to control a woman's sexuality, it's actually as a means to control her spiritual awakening.
Interesting.
He would say, no, you're lying. And I know that because I have my psychic sense. Get into this hypnotic rhythm of saying, you're lying, you're lying. I thought, I can't trust myself to know the truth. Only he knows the truth. If they can...
I'm when I hear this woman talk about this, even though I really don't know much about it, but just the fact that she got suckered in by suckered in, and I'm not trying to be offensive to her, but the guy suckered her in, whatever, I think of this woman, this woman who says, I'm glad my husband's died. I thought that was the worst thing in the world, but now laughing, ha ha ha. It was actually liberating. It's actually the best thing that ever happened, because now I can associate with Gorahari or whatever. Like, why does she have to? Why does she feel that she has to feel that way about her husband just to chant Hare Krishna, to love God? Like, she couldn't love God while her husband was alive, or even if he passed away. Why does she have to have such disdain for her husband now that he's passed away, just because she wants to love God? Like, how does that happen? Like I want to love God, so now I have to hate my husband that I love. I mean, I don't understand where that comes from. But when I hear this, when I see this woman talking, and she says, the spirituality and the sexuality, and it's wired in women or whatever, and she's got her theories or whatever, and it just makes me wonder, like, how does that happen? How does that happen?
They're victims, so removed from that inner compass within ourselves. There's no stopping how far they can take the manipulation.
If you're a native or fluent English-speaking Western expat living abroad and you're looking for a new...
Hey, my name is Shalise Ansola, and this is Cults to Consciousness, where we discuss leaving high-demand religions or organizations and finding healing and independence through awareness and true individual sovereignty. If you're only listening and you'd like to see our faces, go to our YouTube channel at Cults to Consciousness. We love it when you interact with the page. It helps us, it helps the algorithm, it helps the guests feel loved and seen and appreciated, and we love seeing those comments. So today's guest, she reached out to us through our Jot forum. If you guys are curious of how you could potentially come on the show, we do have a link in our About section where you can fill out. We do love seeing people submit. So she submitted. She is an author, and she was basically spiritually manipulated and fell in love with a predator. Her book goes all into detail. The Scorpion and the Lion, a love story. You can get it now. It just came out on Amazon. I just finished reading it, and it was great. Very interesting. It's a perspective that we haven't really dove into yet on the channel, which is kind of New Age mysticism and control manipulation through energy work. So I'm really interested.
So, hey, Queen, how you doing? Good to see you. Queen of Karma. Great to see you here. So, and you look at this. I know a lot of Hare Krishna's devotees, Hare Krishnas, are gonna look and go, well, that's these gurus. Well, it's Hare Krishnas too. ISKCON's no different. You had Rameshwar ran off with a teenage girl. You had Kirtananda with all those little boys. You had Satsvarup seducing his disciple. You had Trivikram with his disciple, Giriraj with his disciple, Jayatirtha having sex with his disciple's wife. You had Hansaduta with all his, who knows what he was doing. I mean, we can go on and on about Harikesh. he ran off with his therapist. And we go on and on with these ISKCON guys and how they've run off with women and money or whatever and scammed them off. No different. It's no different. It's just the guy that scammed her and she ended up having to write a book about it and explain. The only difference is it wasn't an ISKCON guy. It was somebody else. But it's the same shit. It's the same manipulation. It's the same brainwashing. It's all the same. It's all the same stuff. It absolutely is. The basic concept of cult mentality. Obedience is your whole life. Disobedience, yeah, absolutely. And but even, it even goes beyond that. I mean, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. But to the fact where this lady, she can't even. She has to hate her dead husband now, in order to follow Gora Haridas and think that she's having ecstatic symptoms of love of God. That now she has to feel happy that her husband is dead, and have laughing emojis when she thinks about that he passed away. It used to bother her. She was very, it was upsetting. She thought it was the greatest loss in her life was her husband. I'm like my wife passed away from cancer in 2009 when I was a Hare Krishna. And that was a horrible experience that I went through with her diagnosis and the 6 months till she passed away, and after she passed away. That was traumatic for me. I was not mentally prepared to handle that, and Hare Krishna did not help. Hare Krishna didn't help one bit. Probably made it worse. All that Hare Krishna shit, it didn't help one bit. So and I still and then after she passed away, and then after I left the Hare Krishnas, I still think of her. I don't have any bad feel. Like what? Like what is that? She passed away from cancer. It was a horrible thing, and rest in peace. God bless her. Whatever you want to say, I don't have to hate. Why do I have to hate her? Why do I have to? That's insanity. That this woman would say, yeah, I used to feel bad about my husband. It was a horrible thing. I lost my husband, but now I'm happy, laughing. Now I realize it was. I mean, that to me just blows my mind. It's like what a callous person you are. Like what? You don't take flowers to your husband's grave anymore. But you think it's funny that he passed away because now you get to go worship this freak. Now you get to go worship this freak, and that makes you happy.
All right.
Freaking ridiculous, man. I mean, I'm. Every religion technically uses the same manipulation. It depends if it harms you or not. And that's what I'm saying is I think that it harms everybody. Some people just don't realize it. You can't get scammed and think that it's okay. Like, oh, I got scammed for $100, but it's okay. No, it's not okay. You got scammed for $100. I don't care if you think it's okay. I know it's not okay. I know you got scammed for $100. There's nothing you can say. That's good. I saw you get scammed. The guy told you he sold you a gold watch and it wasn't. It was nothing. It was trash. I watched it. I saw it happen. And you're like, oh no, it's okay. I don't care. I didn't get scammed. I'm happy. I'm happy with the watch. Doesn't matter. No, I don't care what you say. I don't care. You got scammed. You got scammed. Hey, AJ. Good to see you. Good to see you. That's why it's a cult. The people in there don't know. The people in there don't know they're in a cult. So it's not okay. It's again with the Carl Sagan, people that get bamboozled would rather just believe in the bamboozle than face the fact that they got bamboozled. It's like I'd rather just believe in the fakeness than accept the truth that I got scammed. I just don't want to, Okay. So let me just show you this. Because this is really good if you want to go and you can watch some of these things about cults. And again, cults don't have to be big; they can be small. They can be single family cults with a malignant narcissist as the head, and then you got the mom. The dad is the malignant narcissist, and the mom is the skinny white woman, and you've got the whole trappings of a cult. But you can just see here that they do all these interviews with so many different cults, and I don't know if there's any Hare Krishnas in there or not. But I would recommend anybody who wants to know more, go over there and find out there, because that's really what I want to do. Is I want everybody to understand about this cult, and if you were in it and you've come out of it, and you're having you're on your road to recovery, it can be helpful to learn about cults and how all of these cults are the same. The same thing that happened to us in the Hare Krishna, is happening to other people in other cults. It's the same. It's so much of the same stuff that it'll really, if you don't know anything about it, you'll really be shocked. You'll be shocked to find out how much they are all the same. What do you say? Gorhari probably feels exalted as the supreme stud because this dead man's wife is worshiping. Yes, I know. He likes that stuff. He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't. And I think that's horrible. To me, that's abuse. It's abuse. She doesn't see it, and he doesn't care. And that's why I'm saying this guy is a scammer, and he's fucking up these people's minds. I mean, you can say, well, Mike, what business is it of yours if she wants to hate her dead husband or not? And it's none of my business. What is my business is how this guy controls people's minds. And like, what does that have to do with loving God and him being a guru and all of this stuff? Like, you explain it to me. If you got a problem with me talking about it, you explain it then. Then you explain it. Because I'm already saying there's no explanation. So if you got an explanation for it, well, let's hear it. And it tells me what a sick fuck he is, and he can't say. Like, why are you so happy your husband's dead? You don't, it's like, and she said, well, because he wouldn't let me do this if he was alive. I couldn't be a devotee if he. Well, why is that? Do you ever think about that? Like, why? It's just disgusting. There's, like I said, there's no way to explain it. It's a friggin' disgusting cult. Okay, so I got a bunch of stuff I wanted to get to. I got a bunch of videos, things to show, but let's get into the interview with the super white Hindu. Let's just go right into that now. Let's check that out. And so we've got. We got this. We've got this.
waiting for the signal here. It takes some time because of the lagging of. Okay, now we are on. Good. So welcome everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Rishi Podcasts from Bhakti Yoga Rishikesh, right from the bank of Ganga. Today we have a special guest, Kaustuba. He's co-host of a daily podcast, Wisdom of the Sages, who are #1 podcast on the Apple list. And I'm very happy that he's here with us. He was for the 1.5 last month with us here teaching at Kirtan Fest, inspiring hundreds of people. And I'm very inspired by you because the way how you teach, it's very practical, grounded, lucid. You present things so easy, and you're one of my favorite teachers. So I'm very happy that you have come today. Welcome, Kaustuba.
And you're white, and you're a white super Hindu. You speak English, and I don't have to feel, because I'm kind of racist, and these Indians, these brown Indian people, kind of bother me. I just something about them. But you're white. You're a white super Hindu, and I can sit here with you, and I don't feel anything. I feel totally comfortable, and I got a smile on my face, and everything's cool because you're white like me. You're white just like me.
Very kind of you to say.
Yeah, I am.
Starting in that way, now when people see you teaching, they see you as a very calm, peaceful, sober, down-to-earth person. But was it like that also when you were young, before you started your spiritual path?
I'm not sure if it's that way now, but well, when I was young, I was searching.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I suppose. It's hard to say. Sometimes it's hard to look back and really understand where you're at when you're young because it was so long ago, and you don't really have you only have your perspective.
It was so long ago. I can't remember my life from when I was younger. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
But it does seem to me like I was searching more than the average person. And
of course, because how else can you become a super white Hindu unless you got to be born? This isn't for everybody. Not everybody can be a white super Hindu now.
So I kind of broke away. I grew up in a small town actually, but it was right on the edge of New York City. And so New York.
Why does that matter? Why does that? Why does that matter?
Was always there. All the men in my town worked in New York City, and I lived
like my dad would say. My dad's famous advice to me. What difference does it make? What difference does it make?
Just a block from the train that took you into New York City, and in 20 minutes you're in New York. So that became very important. Yeah, well, by the time I was 15 years old, I was, well, let me put it this way. By the time I was maybe even 12 or 13, I was interested in meaning in life, I suppose, finding some meaning in life. So I was reading a lot of books.
Yeah, 12 or 13, I was, I didn't want to go out and play with my friends. I wasn't into like riding my bike or, doing anything. I wanted the meaning of life, damn it. I wanted the meaning of life. I wanted the meaning of life. I know, it's always a magical mystery story. It's just, you just can't get, you can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. Very effective brainwashing. Yeah, they got this guy, man. No. Swaha. Swaha. That's what it is. Swaha. Oh, man. It gives a golden, yeah. Jaundice also gives a golden. It sure does. It's so funny. I know. I'm. Wait. What? No, today I am. I'm Gora Hoodie. Whoops. What happened? I'm behind. How come I'm behind this? I'm behind the scenes. I don't know how to fix that. Um, I'm behind the times. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm not Gora. Oops. Yep. There we go. There we go. Come on, Mike. Get it together. Come on, Mike. Get it together. There, I'm back. Okay. All right. Back to Punk the Flunk the
especially like
Monkey.
political books, things like that. Crazy stuff. I don't know if you know this, if only Americans really know this, but like books by, well, Malcolm X.
Okay.
Do you know Abby Hoffman? Have you ever heard of Abby Hoffman?
Malcolm X, yes, but
Just kind of radical stuff, politically
Oh.
radical stuff. And I suppose I didn't trust the leadership.
So he went from being from wanting the meaning of life to being a radical and not trusting not trusting anything. Oh man.
And so that had me influenced, and that was also coming through the music. I was very into rock and roll music, when I was 11, 12, 13. And then by the time I was 13ish, it started to be like punk rock. And that was, at that time, almost nobody was into it. Like to be into it, this was like 1979, 80. I'm just 11, 12, 13.
Nobody was into punk rock. I know he's into punk rock. Nobody's into punk rock except him, evidently. I don't know. I guess. I mean, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78. I don't know. 79, 8. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Like, okay, whatever you say, Punk the Flunk.
Years old.
before I was born.
Before you were born. But trust me when I say it was a really bizarre thing, and people thought you were crazy. And I was dressed like that, and my whole school freaked out, and they took me out of the normal classes, and they put me in, like, what a trailer is, like a little house that you drag behind the truck. Like they had one of those behind the school,
Really?
and for certain students, they put us in there and separated.
So one thing about your magical mystery story is you have to put every detail. Every detail is important. Every detail is important. It was a trailer. It wasn't just a schoolroom. It wasn't just a classroom. It was one of those trailers. You know those trailers? You get it with the trailer. Does the trailer have any significance? No, the trailer doesn't have any significance in the story. I just want to let you know that it was a trailer. It wasn't just a classroom. It was a trailer. Okay, they took me out of it. What the fuck? I, where's my where's this?
Hell! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Professors or fellow students?
You mean teachers?
Teachers, yeah.
I don't understand.
Did the teachers put you into that trailer?
Well, the school administration said that this boy is a problem. Let's take him and put him in some kind of special program. I think more to protect the rest of the students than for myself, but
Yes,
they make it sound like they're doing it for me. Okay. So anyway, I was definitely not into the status quo. I wanted to find out what life was about, what was meaningful. And it did kind of shift to kind of these, I don't know, maybe activism is the word that you would use. Can't say I was doing any activism. I was this little kid, but those kind of things interested me. And when
It's such bullshit, man. It is such bullshit. Same story, different person, always looking for answers. They repeat the same narrative. Yes, it's the same. Because the book says. All you people out there that are going, what the fuck's going? Because the books say that after millions and millions of lifetimes, someone who's fortunate gets the mercy of the pure devotee, comes in contact with a bona fide spiritual master. So if he's come in contact with a bona fide spiritual master, then he's somehow All this makes sense. All this makes sense to it's freaking sick. Yeah, it's the parrot. It's I know. It's the same. It's so funny. It's the same story. Is he saying that they moved him into alternative education, but within his school for not? Yeah, he went to continuation. He went to continuation because he was getting bad grades. That's what he's saying. He was getting bad grades, so they put him in the school for the bad kids, the kids that were smoking cigarettes and cussing and being disruptive. They all those kids that just keep getting in trouble. They have a little school in the back. They have a little school in the back. In the U.S. they do. I don't know it in whatever country you're watching. I'm sure they have a similar thing. The kids that are just having a hard time in high school, the kids that are in high school that are having a hard, they just get, they're just troublemakers, talking back, getting suspended, they just can't, they just can't. So they have a little school in the back. They have a little room in the back where in the back of the school, away. Usually it's like by the PE field. That's how far away it is. It's by the PE field. They stick it way over, like the farthest piece of land they can get. And they put all the bad kids, all the kids go there. They do their schoolwork there. It's like Breakfast Club. It's like, but it's a class. It's like Breakfast Club, but it's like a classroom. And so he's proud of the fact that he was in there. He was one of those kids. And that's part of his that's part of his magical mystery story. It's so funny. I know. He's proud, yeah, because hey, he got saved. It's like a Christian talking about how horrible they were, and then they became born again. Hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. And hey, Rafael, good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. And yeah, the devotees always tell you that our fall is because we are envious of Govinda and his eternal rasa. So you must renounce yourself. But most ISKCON gurus end up trying to out. Yeah, I know, and it's not like. Look, if there was one or two scandals in the past, like a long time ago, like 30 years ago, or 40 years ago, and like let's say Kirtananda and Rameshwar. Those were the only two, and it was a long time ago. And they were putting all their gurus in that were molesting. They were kicking them out, and they were calling the cops, and they were doing everything right. Like if they were just doing if they were just doing shit right, nobody cared. Well, we would still care. Like Nitty Cult Lady says, if she's got a video about corporate America and how they use cult tactics, to get you for your job and everything. And it's like, well, if they're using cult tactics for good, and her attitude is like, well, is it really for good? I mean, like, well, what's good? So it gets to that again. Yeah, he thinks he's Prahlad. He thinks he's Prahlad. He was the good kid. He's good. Oh man, this is so ridiculous. I don't know what this is. Somebody had sisters and all passed away. His older brother took off when he was a teen to become Vairagi, and albino kid apparently become Radha Krishna in one form. Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. That's interesting. Okay, yeah. Hey, this is important. Like, share, and subscribe, everybody. My videos are going viral, man. I mean, for me, viral for me means 300, 300 views. Like, share, and subscribe, everybody. That's really great. Let's get back to this guy a little bit more.
15, that's when I could really break out and wander. And so again, 20 minutes on a train and I'm in New York City, and there was a whole world, of adventure for me there. and a lot of people to meet. And it was there in this kind of wild underground New York hardcore scene, punk rock scene, you would say. And just downtown New York at the time, downtown Manhattan at that time, there was a lot of freedom in a sense, a lot of creativity, a lot of expressions of different ideas and different ideologies. And I kind of had the freedom to really look into it because you could just sit in a park like Washington Square Park or Tompkins Square Park and sit on the stoops of the streets and meet all kinds of people and talk about things. And so I did that as a kid. And that was kind of my beginning of searching. And if you're asking me my internal life, like was I dissatisfied? Was I angry? I suppose I was. I don't think of it. I think of it as just curious and
All right, hold on a second. I gotta. What is this now? What is this? This is funny. This is interesting. I'm just now seeing this. Um, I'm just now seeing this comment. Oh, Chaitanya. Oh, Chaitanya. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so now that makes sense. Okay. Okay, so now that makes sense. Um, but I got to get to this. Wait a minute. I was watching Gorhari the other day, and Yanni Man brought in his daughter, who looks 11, and she was telling how bad Mike is and how good Gorhari is. Well, you know, you should have asked Yanni Man, is he gonna marry her off? Because that's what Prabhupada did. Prabhupada married an 11-year-old girl, and you say it's okay, and you say it's Vedic, and you're following Prabhupada. You're gonna marry your 11-year-old girl off? Should I? You know, I mean, and if not, why not? Prabhupada said it was okay. Prabhupada did it. It's good enough for Prabhupada. It's not good enough for Yanni Man. Prabhupada did it, but it's not good enough for you. Don't want to marry your daughter off? You're not proud? You're not a proud Hare Krishna that you're going to follow Prabhupada and marry your little 11-year-old girl off? These people are fucking sick. You know doesn't want to marry his 11-year-old daughter off. You know he doesn't want to do that. No, I know. I know. I know. I know. But they are obsessed with me. I don't see them talking, but I just know that they are, because you know I clicked in today when I saw that what they were what just to see, and I saw that comment, and I was like, I don't want to talk about this guy, but every time I tune into him, you know, there's something worth talking about, and then he starts talking about me like he's talking to them about me. He's like, and that guy Mike, that blasphemer Mike, and yeah, he's just really like really pointed and like he's defending himself to his followers, and it's really interesting. I had no idea he'd react that way. Gorhari Das said that Yanni Man's yawning is a transcendental set. Yeah, everything. I know we've heard it all. We've heard it. We've heard it all. I know. I really got to the guy. I really. I just couldn't believe they would bring in a child. Yeah, because they got to defend. She's probably watching in another room, or she's watching. Why are you so obsessed? Why are you so obsessed with me? You know, it's. He was saying something else. I got him queued up. I wanted to show him saying something else. I want to get back to this guy though. I got.
eager to figure out what is this life for, you know,
So I was just wondering, in those moments, what were you actually searching for through those punk rock scene and all of this?
If I had to say something, I guess it was just a meaningful life.
Mm.
I don't know if I could say it was more than that, at least initially. But as I had the opportunity to meet a lot of these kind of people, being close up, not just reading it in books, but being close up to these people, I did begin to feel I was seeing through it in a way, that
Mm.
these people, they were good at pointing out the problems, but they didn't seem to necessarily have good answers. And not only that, but, and maybe this was most important, is that I think that
So, you know,
unless
what I would ask this guy if I was interviewing this guy, I would ask him, like, I would ask him, I would say, like who are you? Like, tell the audience who you are. That's funny. The Colts love kids. Kids are meant to take part here. Yeah, I know. It's I'm going to get to that too. I got so yeah. You know what, Rafael Gorhari suddenly realized that someone out there spotted his BS. Judgment time. These brainwashed people, maybe some, now have a chance to wake up from yoga nidra. These cults turn my stomach. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Let me see. No, I don't think it's this. I don't think it's this one. No. Okay. I don't have it. I said I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't. But he was so one of his disciples. I was gonna cue it up because I was like, oh, this shows what a maniac he is. So one of his disciples, I guess, left or posted something that he got pissed, and he was yelling at his disciple. And he's like, why are you posting this stuff? Why don't you post anything I say? I'm the spiritual master. And then he was talking about, yeah, I like it when my disciples are praising me and calling me Guru Dev. That makes me happy. And he's going on with this, like this David Koresh, Charlie Manson type talk. And I guess he doesn't see it. They don't see it. He doesn't see it. But God damn it, I see it. And I know that you guys can see it. But yeah, I don't think he's ever had anyone call him out on his bullshit. You're not in a parampara. You're a Tamal Krishna flunky. You're a loser. You're a loser and a scammer. And you can call me all the names you want, and you can say everything you want to say. I don't care. I've heard it. And I heard him talking one time. I clicked on. He was talking about how I didn't get the taste that I was in ISKCON and I was here and I because he watches and listens to me talk, so he knows, and he was talking about, and then he was with Yashoda Nandan, but Yashoda Nandan didn't have the taste, so he couldn't give him the taste, so he got disillusioned with Yashoda Nandan. He thinks he's the typical cult guru bullshit. But he can't play that bullshit with me. It works on them. It works on these nuts. His bullshit works on them. It don't work on me or Rafal or Queen of Karma or you can call me N. It just doesn't. And yeah, I was listening when he was talking about this, his disciple. He's pissed off at the disciple that left or posted something about him, and he was ranting and raving about it and cussing and cussing him out. And I was like laughing. I was like, this guy's a holy man. This guy's a guru. I mean, you gotta be out of your mind. And these people eat it up. And these people eat it up. Yeah, he thinks he's me. He thinks he's me. He thinks he's doing something. I'm actually helping people. He's just scamming people. He wishes he was me. He got 8 flunkies in there that think he's a guru. But we're actually getting together and helping people get out of a cult, helping people come to the realization, helping people like Paz, exposing this cult, exposing what they're doing with the UN and this and that and all of these things. And Queen of Karma's writing articles, and we're doing our stuff. Don't let anybody fool you and think that we're not doing something. We're doing something. If we weren't doing anything, he wouldn't give a shit. But he's obsessed. Haven't seen The Godfather of Love in a long time. He could have came back, but I don't know. He's got problems, man. A lot of these guys got problems, and I'm not here to call them out on their problems, but I'm gonna call them out on their scamming. Yeah. Hey, Kali Om. Hey, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. I just found that. In fact, I think I showed a little bit of it. They had a little Prabhupada statue on the desk, and I was saying how they kind of want to make it seem like they're not I mean, they're like their spirit, eighth element. Just call it we're Prabhupada boys. Why don't you just say that? No, they want to kind of like disguise it and say it's the 8th element, and they're like a wisdom of the sages, but they want to be discreet about it. Yeah, he's an Indrayumna. Is he? Who's their guru? This wisdom of the sages. Who's their guru? I thought it was Indrayumna Swami. Yeah, they're 2 frauds. They're the punk to flunk to monk characters. I don't know who their guru is. Yet they do. They love their monologues. He loves being that guru guy that's giving love of God. And I know the stories. And Karna Gopi Kapoor, whatever, Devi Dasi, whatever, entered the water and got ecstatic symptoms of love of God, and then started giggling and rolling around in the dust of Vrindavan. And then Lord Brahma came and said, "Oh, you're my dear devotee. Just look at how devoted you are. I'm so pleased with your activities. If you wash my feet, I will give you any blessing that you want." So Karna, Purna, Govindinda, whatever, touched his feet and washed them. And he asked, "Oh, Lord Brahmaji, I just want to become a blade of grass in Krishna Leela. Can you do that for me?" And Lord Brahma gave me the blessing that in my next lifetime, it gave him the blessing that in his next lifetime, he would become an eternal associate, not only in Krishna Leela, but also in Chaitanya Leela, that he would become, let me see, he's going to become Rupa Goswami. Yeah, that's it. Rupa Goswami. This is fucking scamming bullshit. Scamming bullshit. Queen, well, in this country, we were told that preaching is the essence. Preaching is the essence. Purity is the force. Books are the basis, and bucks are the bonus. And kids, kids are on the side. Kids on the side. I know you guys remind me of the MLMs I cover with all your courses. Yeah, they do. They have a lot of courses. Raghunath Das, I believe, is a Danudar. The guy that was beating up little kids. Raghunath is a disciple of Danudar, the guy that was beating up little. He's not even a disciple. He's not even. If you're a disciple of these guys that are molesting kids and beating up kids, are you in the prom? Is he in the parampara? Is he really? What? I mean, how does that work? I mean, seriously, if Danadar is in the parampara, then how come Yashodanandan has to be in the parampara, and he initiated me as a disciple of Prabhupada, so I got to be as much in the parampara as somebody who is initiated by Danudar, a guy who was beating up little kids. And Radhanath, so this super Hindu guy is a disciple of a guy that was in New Vrindavan. Whenever I hear that about these guys are Radhanath decided, you know who this guy is? They don't give a fuck. How do you not know? How do you not know who this Radhanath guy is? How do you not know who this Danadar guy is? I mean, it's not 1992 like when I joined. When I joined, there was no internet, there was no Google, there was no database, there was no nothing. Now, you have everything at your fingertips. You have it all right here. There is no excuse. There is no excuse. And you've got YouTube with videos. You've got Queen of Karma. You got Mike. You got everything. Yeah, when I read that comment about the person that said that him and his brother were snatched off the street and stuck in the Gurukula, and they became devotees, and then when their parents finally tracked them down, they were like, no, we're brainwashed. We don't want. They were like Patty Hearst. They're like, no, we don't want to go home. We don't want to go home. Imagine that. Can you imagine the parents? Can you imagine the parents that lose their two kids? Two kids run away from home. It takes them 2 years to track these kids, because it's India. It takes them 2 years to track these kids down. They finally track them down in an ISKCON temple. These kids are brainwashed. They don't want to go home now. What the fuck? You tell me that's not child abuse. I don't know how they get away with that. I don't know. Even in India, I don't know how they get away with that in India. But I guarantee you that's not the only time that's ever happened. They got the balls to do that. They got the balls to just take some street kids, not even street kids. These kids just ran away from home. You should have just sent them home. You don't send the kids home. What kind of spiritual organization takes kids off the street and brainwashes them into their cult? The fuck is that? You gotta be kidding me. Why are these adults not trying to find their parents after taking them in? That story pissed me off. To know that these people are doing shit like that, just taking these kids these kids, just taking these kids right off the street and sticking them in there, like, and knowing that no one knows who these kids are. They probably talk to them. Where's your parents? I don't know. We ran away from home. Oh, you did? You want some food? We got some food. You want a place to sleep? We got a place to sleep. You just got to work your ass off 24 hours a day. We'll give you all the food you want. Well, actually, we won't give you all the food you want. We'll give you just enough food to keep you alive. That's about it. Meanwhile, you're going to be working. Oh, fuck, man. Everybody in on it. Everybody's in on it. The parents putting their kids in the school and they just don't care. Oh, that's totally irresponsible of the parents. That's criminal of the parents. Yeah, I know it's hell on earth, and to think that some of those kids were just snatched off the street, stick them in there because they need bodies in there, the kids that cook the food and distribute it and do all the work. You see the videos of these kids. Let's watch one right now. You see the video of these kids working. They show, here's our day at the Gurukula. It's friggin' 20 hours of work. First thing they do is get up, take a cold shower, and they start mopping the floor. It's their only way to make converts anyway, grabbing kids off the street. Yeah, I wouldn't have believed it unless I read that story from that kid who said, me and my brother ran away from home and we got stuck in the temple. Yeah, and people will sacrifice anything. You know, and this lady thinks that she's got to hate her husband that passed away that she at one time loved, because she said it was the hardest thing that I thought I was ever going to have to deal with in my life was my husband dying. And then now she's like, I'm happy he died. Now I get to hang out with my Guru Dave on Zoom. That's a fucked up thing to say. That is a fucked up thing to say. I agree with you. They don't want to provide for their kid. They don't want to provide. They don't want, you know. It's disgusting. Let's look at these kids here. Where? Hey, Hot Lips. Hey, it's Hot Lips. Hey, Hot Lips, how you doing? How's your Guru Dave? Is he giving you love of God? What's my message? My message is that these people here are friggin' insane. All of these people are insane. You call this guy, this scamming piece of shit, you call him Guru Dave? That's my message. My message is that he's a big piece of shit, and you can take that back to him and tell him that he's a big piece of shit. And telling this Janaki that she's now happy that her husband's dead so that she can worship this piece of shit is disgusting. You all are disgusting pieces of shit. That's my message. That's my message to you, and you can take it back to him and shove it up his fucking ass. How's that? I ain't trying to give anything. I ain't a scammer guru like your fucking piece of shit. I'm not giving anybody anything. I ain't trying to give anybody anything. The sad news is that you're in a cult. So yeah, you don't want to hear that you're in a cult and you're worshiping a piece of shit. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I might be teaching something, but I'm not looking for followers. I'm not looking for followers. She thinks everything to these cult people is through their window of logic is, if I'm criticizing him, then I must want to be him. I'm envious of him. I want to be the guru. So she looks at me as if I'm a guru and I'm, it's like this it's this weird us versus them mentality. She can't understand that she's in a cult. That's the main problem, is that they don't understand they're in a cult. They think it's some kind of game. They think it's some kind of game. They don't understand. I don't care if you're not in ISKCON. To me, you're in ISKCON because you believe in the same bullshit. You read the same books. You worship the same guru. You believe in the same child marriage. You worship Prabhupada with his 11-year-old wife and all of that bullshit. And you promote it and you believe it. And you spread the word. So you can just take that shit and shove it up your ass. That's what I say to you. Because you're a fucking perpetrator. You're spreading this shit and you're trying to damage other people. So you're a perpetrator just like him. And I'm going to treat you just like him too. Because you've heard the truth and you don't want to hear, you don't care. So you're a perpetrator just like him. You're no different than him. And you come in here and you try to talk shit about him in here, I'm going to tell you how it is. You can go fuck yourself and get the fuck out of my channel. I'll complain all I want. I'll complain about him all I want. I'll complain about you too. Because you're just his little suck-up little white woman that whitewashes all his bullshit. That's all you are. You're just his little skinny little white woman with your hot lips, and you want to make everything he says okay. And you can fuck off too. So actually, you can fuck off too. You might find some sympathy from some people in here, but you ain't going to find it from me. I'm going to call it as it is. You're a piece of shit just like him. You come in here promoting him and talking shit in here, and you're going to get the sauce. And you're going to get the sauce from me. So you can just go fuck off. Yeah, he's a creep. He's a creep. He's nothing but this. He's this.
All right. Let's have sex.
That's what he is. He's Quagmire. He's Quagmire. That's him right here.
Let's have sex.
I'll continue to call him out as long as he's scamming people, as long as he's on YouTube and on the internet and he's preaching his bullshit. I'm gonna call him out. And he's no different than Charlie Manson, Jim Jones, David Koresh. He's no different. So you can stay and listen and learn and come to grips with the reality that you're being bullshitted. And you ain't laughing and you ain't crying and you ain't feeling no ecstatic symptom. I'm going to tell you right to your face. You ain't feeling nothing. You ain't feeling no ecstatic symptoms. You ain't feeling no love of God. You ain't feeling nothing from him. It's all a bunch of bullshit. You're just cosplaying without the costume. That's it. You're cosplaying without the costume. That's it. And here's some more. So hey, Hot Lips, this is what Gorahari couldn't do. Gorahari couldn't do this. And that's the funny thing, is that he can't do this. He can't be a real guru. He can't be a real guru and have people actually worshiping him and washing his feet. And he can't do that. He can't do that. He wasn't. It's not possible for him. He couldn't do it. Gorahari wishes he was this. He wishes he was this. But he's not. He's just a loser, fuck-faced scammer. That's all he is. That's all he is. Yeah. I've earned my right. I've earned my right to cuss you the fuck out if you come in here with your bullshit, Hot Lips. I've earned the right to cuss you out. I don't need anybody's permission, and I don't need to feel good or bad or anything. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And I don't know why there's no sound on this. I'm really kind of bummed that there's no sound. I know. They don't get mad over the child marriage and the racism and stuff. They don't get mad over that. Oh look, Gorahari washed. Oh, so you guys are into washing the feet. See, they are into washing the feet. See, we get down to it. We get down to it when we get down to it. When we get down to it, they are. They're no different than these people, right? She just said he washed my feet, so they're no different than these people. She said, I'm not in his con. He washes the feet of his disciples. Yeah. Oh, he's so special, huh? Oh, he's so special. He's retarded. Retarded, man. It's
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
In fact, in honor in honor of Hot Lips, I'm gonna do something special. I'm gonna do something special for Hot Lips. Where is it? Can we get this going? I can't because your guru keeps taking his videos down. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. He keeps taking his videos down. He keeps taking his videos down. He doesn't want. He finds out that I'm talking about his video. He takes it down. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so sad. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. It is so sad. Okay, let me find another one. Let me find another one. He took his video down. He didn't want to be he didn't want to be embarrassed. He didn't want to be embarrassed. He didn't want to be embarrassed. Oh, here we go.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay! I can dance. Boom, boom. I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay! I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay! I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
It's too funny that he took his video down. He took his video down. The video that we were talking about that I was showing, he took it down. I know, this is getting weird, man. They're washing each other's feet. They're washing each other's feet. Yeah, I think there's some giggity going on. I think there's a little.
All right.
I think absolutely, man. I think.
All right.
Oh man. Yeah, so he's got a foot thing. So he's got a thing for your hot feet. So we'll call you Hot Feet from now on. So now your new name is Hot Feet. So now your new name is Hot Feet. No, yeah, she's Hot Feet now. We're gonna call her Hot Foot. Okay, Hot Foot. Thanks for coming in, Hot Foot. That was really good. I guess Hot Tub Ross is a new addition. Oh my God, it's so funny. It's so funny. I know you can ask AI to make a video of Gore Hari singing the boom boom. No, it's so funny. I don't know how to do that yet, but if I could do that, I would do
I
it.
can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, boom, boom,
Oh look!
yay!
Oh look! He's glorified. She's going live. She's gonna go live now and glorify her guru. That's what I'm telling you. See how fucked up her head is? You see how this guy's got her head? This guy has got her thinking that he's a guru. This guy's a guru. He's a guru.
I want to ask my questions now, and I want to have my answers now. You hear?
I got questions, man. I got questions about that. I got questions. I know. She's trying to say I'm not in a cult, but excuse me while I go wash my guru's feet. Yeah, while I go glorify my guru. I know. Yeah. Hey, Hotfoot, you made at least one friend. You made at least one friend here, so you're welcome to come back and hang out with Snoggle. Snoggle will hang out with you, so you got a friend in her. As a woman, needing a man to tell you how to live is regression. Yeah, I don't think she's in the U.S., but yeah, I mean, it's just she worships him like a god. You know, that's not healthy. That's just not healthy. That's just not a healthy lifestyle. I don't care what. I don't care. I don't care. It's not a healthy lifestyle to be doing. This is not healthy. You you gotta be off in the head if you think that washing this guy's feet is gonna make you spiritual or make you love God or make you some kind of holy man. Come on, man, what kind of mental problems do you have to think that washing this guy, I mean, we were all there, I mean, I was there. I didn't ever wash the guy's feet, but I washed the statue of Prabhupada. This is bad. This is just as bad. I watched the friggin' statue of Prabhupada. I washed his feet, drank that shit. So I was there. I know, but I'm just saying. I know what kind of it takes a mental illness to do that. There's no other answer. There's no other answer. His real name is William Zada. He had it on his. It was part of his little thing. William Zada. That's. I got 99 problems, and Hotfoot is not one of them. We got a Hotfoot over here. Does she have hot red toenails? I know. That's so funny. Well, you know what? If I keep calling her Hotfoot or Hot Feet, in about 2 days from now, he's going to be calling her Hot Feet. So evidently, he does. He likes to do what I do. Share the track, and I'll do it for you. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I'll figure it out. I'll do it. Yeah, but the Catholics don't believe that the Pope is God, and they don't worship him like he's God. He's just the head of the church, and they pick a new one. It's not like, they vote him in. He's voted in. So it's not like, he's the head. It's just like the head of a company, the CEO. He's the CEO of the church. But it's not like he's connected, like holding God's hand. I mean, I was never taught that the Pope was like not the way the Hare Krishnas do it. The Hare Krishnas actually believe that the guru is holding God's hand. Krishna is holding their hand. They believe it's like. Yeah, Catholics don't actually worship the Pope, although they treat they treat him like he's the Pope, but that's not God. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I look at her as a perpetrator. She could be harming a lot of people with this. I'm going online. I'm glorifying my guru, and then she brings people in that get even more harm than she does, than she knows. That's totally possible. I'm not saying it's happening, but it's possible, and I don't like that. But yeah, I mean, she's probably if she got look, if she got out of the cult and wasn't doing culty stuff, she'd be a normal person. She'd be a normal person with friends. I wouldn't have a problem with her. Nobody would look at her as a cult person. She wouldn't be doing any harm to anybody or inadvertently doing any harm to anybody. She'd just be Matilda, whatever her name is, Michelle, whatever, whoever she is. And that would be better. I know it's guru foreplay. It is so insane. Wow, that was a long time ago. I only met this guy when he was 38, and now he's 70. It means over 30 years of spreading fungus foot juice. All belong to the mental hospital for believing in foot juice. Yeah, I mean, and we did it. We believed what was in these books. We believed. I mean, for the most part. I mean, I believe we went to the moon. I never believed we. Yeah, I don't. I'm an anti-cult guy, so I'm going to be anti-cult. That's what I got. That's my job. I got to be anti-cult, but I'm not anti-person. Her as a person, she's probably a nice. Most people are nice people. I mean, some people are psychotic, but. Most people for the most part are good people. So she's probably a good person. She wasn't messed up with this guy. And again, that goes to show you get messed up with these people, like the girl from the very beginning in the first video I showed, and that girl was in got messed up with some weird yoga guy who turned her into his sex slave or whatever he did. And that's what happens. I mean, and I'm going to say this. Hot Lips is like, oh no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen to me because Gora Hari's not going to do that. Well, when I was at the LA Temple, I put my daughter in the school and I said, nothing's going to happen to her. I'm right here. School's right there. I know the teacher. I know the temple president. I know all of this. And it still happened. And I don't know, the way it sounded like he washed her feet. And, that's like some, I don't know, it just sounds like some weird shit, man. On the subject, I went to a Church of England wedding and where the bride and groom both washed each other's feet during the wedding service. Now that can be a little kinky little thing. I can see where a husband and wife can do that, like at their wedding. I mean, I don't. Did they drink the water? Were they drinking the water afterwards? Did they think that it was a spiritual thing and they were going back to God or something? That I don't know. But I think if you want to, like have a little ceremony and I'm gonna wash my wife's feet. She want to wash my feet, and now we're joined in holy matrimony. I don't see anything weird about that. Jesus washed the feet of the apostles before his crucifixion, making them his friends. Right. And actually he washed their feet, but they were washing his feet before. Mary Magdalene came and she washed his feet with her hair. She washed his feet. She washed his feet with her hair. So it was dirty desert feet need to be washed. Yeah, it's like you can't come in. You're not coming in my tent with those dirty feet. You can wash those feet outside before you step in my tent. You're not coming in my tent with those dirty ass camel shit all over your feet. Camel shit all over your feet. You need to wash your feet. But yeah, she washed his feet with her hair. See, I know my stuff. She washed his feet with her hair to show respect and all of that. And then that's why he washed their feet. He's like, well, I'm, you're the good ones. Okay, so we did the foot washing. What else we got in here? Oh, we got some more. And so let me. There was no sound. What happened? Oh, there is sound. Okay, there is some sound. So like I was saying the other day, that's all these guys do. They just get worshipped. They're just getting worshipped all the time. The guy takes a shit. The guy offers him some incense. The guy gets up at night. The guy offers him some incense. He goes in here. He's having his, I don't know what this is. This is some guru. It's like Guru Day, right? So he gets worshipped for Guru Day. And then he gets worshipped he's getting worshipped 24 hours a day. That's basically his job. And he thinks he's liberating his disciples by them worshiping him, like he's doing something for them by them washing his feet. And then they think they're doing something good by doing it. And so this is this weird culty friggin' nonsense of just,
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay.
That's it. Just sing it with me. Boom, 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 boom. And then you'll know. Okay, so we got him out of the way. And then, let's do another one of these. We got this going on. Let's see.
I am Hare Krishna Das from ISKCON Prayagraj. I am serving full time as a brahmachari here in the temple. And as you can see, besides me is Mother Yamuna, River Yamuna flowing. And we have beautiful temple here located on the ghats on the banks of Mother Yamuna. So I was asked to speak something about how I came to Krishna consciousness. And as such, I am not a great soul or I don't have a very interesting story in that sense. As we hear many Prabhupada's disciples like Tamal Krishna Maharaj, like Indradyumna Maharaj, like Bhakti Charu Maharaj, how in many wonderful ways they got attracted to the mission of Prabhupada, the teachings of Prabhupada, Sankirtan of the Lord. Some got inspired by some other Prabhupada disciples, and then they just came to Krishna consciousness, they joined ISKCON. So in that sense, it's nothing special, but every Jivatma in this world who comes to Krishna consciousness is very, very special, because we see to give one's way of life, to give up one's opinions is very difficult thing in this world. And as Chaitanya Charitamrita speaks, Brahmand Brahmite Kauno Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata Bij. So without the mercy of Guru and Gauranga, it's not at all possible that someone can mend his ways of sense gratification.
So this guy is a white, super brown Hindu. You got that? He's a white, super brown Hindu. because he's in the white Hindu cult, but he's a brown Hindu. So he's a white, super brown Hindu.
Now serving here in ISKCON Prayagraj in youth preaching, also in the Seva office department. Other than that, I also go to Chennai and I help there in youth preaching also. So if you see my life, how Krishna amazingly played his part, played his role, and there was a huge shift. Like you can see, I'm from North India, and now I'm serving and preaching in Tamil Nadu. And for a person like me, I did my BTech and MTech from IIT Varanasi. So nowadays, because of bombardment of media, because of so many distractions, it is very, very difficult for young, educated, intelligent people from good colleges to take up to Krishna consciousness. So this all shows.
Right, because when you get an education, you realize that this is bullshit. That's a bullshit cult. So nobody wants to join it. But you got suckered into it. You were an IT. You were an IT tech guy, and you got suckered into this cult. You obviously you had a college. You went to college. You're educated. You had a good job. Whatever. You're an IT guy, and now look at you. Now, you had your whole life ahead of you.
The credit doesn't go to me. The credit goes to Srila Prabhupada and his pure representatives and the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. So I was born in 1995, 19th June, in the region of Mithila. So Mithila is a region, some part of Nepal and some north part of Bihar. So in a place called as Darbhanga. So from childhood, my parents, they were very pious, and at our place, there used to be no Krishna worship in that sense. Some Ram Bhaktas were there, but mostly.
I agree with you. I agree. I'm so sick of the fake bullshittery humility. Making enemies with your penis is not the answer to spiritual happiness. I agree with you, and I think that following the four regulative principles, it doesn't do anything but make somebody feel like they're better than everybody else. It makes you feel like you're better than everybody else. Because if I'm doing so much, then you people that aren't doing this, you're not on my level. You're not on a spiritual platform. You're not better. You got to be worse. If I'm following four regular principles, Mangalartik, chanting japa, 16 rounds, I'm offering my food, I'm offering obeisances, I'm reading Prabhupada's books, I'm not associating with other people, I'm doing this, then I gotta be advanced. I gotta be. I gotta be a white super Hindu, God damn it. If I'm not a super white Hindu, then why am I doing all of this? Why? Prabhupada says in his books, we can all become white super Hindus if we just read his books and repeat what he says. So that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Yeah, that's what I heard. The Mormons, so they can. Yeah, that's what I heard. No, Willie's your best friend. Yeah, it was like when I was a Hare Krishna, I resented him. I was like, man, you fucker, can't you just settle down? That's why when I heard that Tamal Krishna had an operation so he wouldn't get an erection, so that he could never have an erection or something like that, and I was like, yeah, that's not being in control of your senses. That's not being a holy man. That's a gender affirming. That's a gender affirming surgery. That's admitting that you're out of control and you can't control yourself. I can't control myself, so just castrate me, surgically castrate me, or make me, just make it impotent So I never have any kind of sex. Why? You can't control yourself? I thought it was supposed to be fun. I thought it was supposed to be fun to be chanting and doing all of this. You know, I thought that was supposed to be, you know, that was supposed to be it. What happened?
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay.
I thought we were all supposed to be boom, 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 yay. And then it was supposed to be fun, and then all of our fucking desires go away. No, you got to get an operation so that you can't have an erection or whatever it is that he did. I live next to the River Jamuna. It stinks every time I cross it. Yeah, there's places where it's pretty bad. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Maybe getting ready to be a gopi. Yeah. That's what I said. I was like, what? Why? No one's ever heard that. Am I the only one that heard that? I mean, I did know some people. I mean, maybe I heard it from the Sringananda or, I heard it as a fact. It's a fact. I don't know if he wrote it in his book. And that's why everybody knows. No, it is a fact. Yeah, he got some kind of anti-erection. He got some kind of anti-erection surgery so that he wouldn't become aroused. He definitely did. I heard it. It was a fact. It's a fact that he did that. I think he wrote about it. He might have wrote about it in his book. I know somebody out there knows. I know somebody else out there knows what I'm talking about. But that just goes to show you, this guy's nothing but a bunch of cheaters, man. Ain't nothing but a bunch of cheaters. Okay, so this guy doesn't have much of a story. He said, I don't got much of a story. Wait a minute, what is that? It's like few from Heaven's Gate went ahead and got castrated. One can still get an erection when castrated. Yeah, he didn't get castrated, but he had some kind of surgery. That's castrated, fake dead Swami. I saw this video from farm in Australia after Bhavananda Goswami bloop. Tamal and Bhagavan were giving speech. A few months later, Bhagavan took off. Yeah, there was like an epidemic of of gurus. Yeah, I know somebody else knows what I'm talking about. Well, I've been to Vrindavan a few times. I liked it. My favorite temple was Radha Raman. I feel bad for Jamuna River people. Jamuna River people throw things with their offerings and make it dirty. Yeah, you know, I'm going to save. I was going to make a comment, but I'm going to save it for another video, for another stream. And we'll talk about that on another stream. I do want to show. Let's see. So I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm done with this guy. Now I want to. I'm not going to do the opening again, but this is basically some more. Let's see what this is. I came across this, and yeah, I mean, there's nothing more culty than having a surgery. Than having a surgery for the cult. I mean, you having surgeries, man. That's shaving. You thought shaving your head was a big step. You know, you thought shaving your head was a big step, Man, when you got to start donating organs, you're donating organs, man. That you know you're in a cult then. What can you say? Like, that's too funny. Okay. Oh boy. It says a lifetime of service celebrating 82 years. Is it 82 years of service or is he 82 years old? I'm not sure which one is worse. It says we honor a remarkable journey of 82 years dedicated to selfless service. Wow. So this guy's been a devotee for 82 years? You got to be kidding me.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Oh man. You know, that's elder abuse. That's elder abuse. You really can't just let the guy lay on the floor like that and then not even help him get up. You got to help him get up, man. The guy's 82. The guy's like 90 something years old. He's been a devotee for 82 years. I can't be an 80. How can he be? He can't be 82 years. I don't know. You got to help the guy up. That's what I'm saying. You got to. There's elder abuse. You can't let him get on the floor like that. He's gonna throw a hip out. He's gonna fall. He's gonna break his hip or something. You gotta treat your elderly. You gotta treat your elderly people with respect and treat them nice. You can't just let this guy. What are you guys doing? You should be pushing him around in a chair or carrying him on a little thing like that. Not guy's 82 years old. Careful with that. Don't put that on his head. What are you doing? Get. What are you? No, he's gonna pull his shoulder out. The guy's 82. What are you doing? Don't let him do that. Stop. Just stop with that. No, he can't. No, you don't. He can't do that. It's insanity. It's insanity. Okay.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
Well, he is 80. If he's 82, he's probably looking for a 16-year-old. Prabhupada said, hey, no problem for an 80-year-old man, 16-year-old wife. That's perfectly okay. So maybe he's kind of like, maybe he's prowling for a wife. He's like, I've been a sannyasi. I've been in the renounced order for 82 years. Maybe it's time I get I get a wife. Maybe I could go that route. Maybe I could go that route. I get me a 16-year-old. Prabhupada says it's right there in the Veda base. Is delusion on steroids, man. What are you gonna do? You're 82 years old. Where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? Just stay in it. Just stay in it. You did your thing. You did your thing. But hey, so I was watching one of these videos popped up, and I got to show you this before I forget. Let's watch a little bit of this.
शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya. Jaya.
Where is this guy? I you know, I get so frustrated with queuing shit up, and I can never get back to this place that I want to show. I get so frustrated. Okay, here it is. Okay, here. Yeah, turn the sound off. No. There's a devotee here. Okay, there he is. This guy here. So I'm watching this video. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh, that's Vrindavan. Maybe there's somebody in there that I used to know. Maybe there's somebody in there that I used to know. And I'm watching this video, and I'm going, okay, I don't know that guy. I don't know that guy. I don't know that guy. Oh, I don't know any. Oh, there's Panchagoda. I know Panchagoda because I had dinner at this guy, the old president of the temple. I don't know if he's still the president, but he was the head guy there, head honcho in Vrindavan. So I'm like, oh, Panchagoda, I know that guy. And then that guy, this guy right here behind him, this guy back here, I know this guy. That's Gada Garage. I remember him from the LA temple, and I knew him at the LA temple, and then I saw him in Vrindavan a couple times. He's got two little girls. He's got two twin girls. They're grown now. They're adult women now. At the time, he had two little girls. One he gave to a family in India to raise, and the other girl, they're like twins, and he gave one away to this family to raise in India, and he kept the other girl, and she was little, she was like a toddler, and he would carry her. He was like me. I was a single father. He is a single father, and he had this girl, and he would always have her with her. She was littler, like a baby, younger, so he would carry her. He was always holding her, carrying her around. And then I saw him in Vrindavan, and he had his daughter with him, and his name is Gada Garage, and there he is. There he is, and oh my God, the guy's got to be 75 years old now. He's got to be 70, 75. He's got a garage. That's what we used to say. That's exactly what we said. We used to say, he's got a garage. Is he got a carport, or does he got a garage? Yeah, he's got a garage. And I don't know if anybody else. The guy's been around forever. And I recognize him, although he's much older. I mean, he's 25 years older than he was 25 years older than he was when I remember him, just like I am. But that's him. That is definitely him. And he was quite a character. He was quite the character. Where was the daughter's mother? Absolutely. So the daughter's mother, he was having some kind of custody issues with her, and that's why he was trying to keep. He wanted to raise the. He wanted. So yeah, all kind of definitely. He used to talk about her. He'd talk about how she was crazy, and that he was trying to keep the kids away, keep the daughters away from the mother. I don't know who the mother was. I don't know her name. Never saw her. Never met her. I don't know anything about her. I just remember him. I remember him and his one daughter, the one daughter that he always had with him. This guy, and so last time I was in Vrindavan, I gave him a book. I gave him a book that was out of print that I had that I didn't know was out of print. And he's like, "Hey, can I read that book? Can I borrow that book?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I never saw it again. I never saw that book again, as happens in life. But I just thought it was interesting. I see this guy from the LA Temple, from my time at the LA Temple, and there he is, Gada Garage, or Gada Garage, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. Gada Garage or Gada Garage. Okay, so get rid of that one. We did that. Okay, we're getting down to the wire here. Let's see, we're getting down to the wire. We got, so I showed you this earlier. Let's get back to this. Little girls, get the little girls up front. All little girls come up front.
We're going to do Sri Ishapanishad backwards. Ready? Ready? Yes. Okay. 10 people are ready. Everybody else is not ready. Ready? Yes. All right.
Okay, indoctrination time. Time to indoctrinate the kids.
Hari Om Agnenaya Supataraya Svan Vishvani.
Because of course they couldn't fill that room with adults to do this, but they can force a bunch of kids to go in there. We get all the kids in there, and then we can fill up the room with kids. Because the kids have no choice. They have to be there. The parents tell them, we're going to the temple, and you're going to go do the chanting, and we're going to be on, and we're going to video, and they have no choice in the matter. They got to be there. And there's a few parents there because the parents are there with their kids. But if it was just parents, it was just like, hey, we're having a chanting thing we're having chanting at the temple, Sri Ishopanishad backwards. Ain't nobody gonna show up. Ain't nobody gonna show up for that. You gotta be out of your mind. I got so many better things to do. Go sit there and do that.
Om Kratosmara Kritam Smara Kratosmara Kritam Smara. Backwards, go back. So you go into 16 next.
And half of those kids, like they're not even paying attention. They don't even want to be there. They're not even like devotee kids. They're just part of the congregation. They're just there because their parents made them go there. That's it. It's not like Gurukula where the kids are there to learn this stuff and to chant and do that. These kids are like, this is like a Sunday feast or look here we go. They're doing the boom boom boom.
Sing it with me, and then you'll know.
Krishna,
Yay!
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, man. Who is this trash? Exactly. Exactly. Look at that. ISKCON Silicon Valley Guru, yeah, Bicycle Das. Bicycle Das, book begging expert, children forced to hear that freak. It's disgusting. You're gonna try to groom them into being book distributors. Like he's gonna sit there and talk about books. He's gonna chant, and they're gonna chant, do the kirtan, whatever, and then he's gonna talk to them about books because that's all he talks about is books. He's gonna talk to them about books, and the importance of book distribution. Hey, who's this? Hey, what do we got? The feisty hick. Are you saying that even with Prabhupada, ISKCON was a cult? Well, yeah, Prabhupada was the cult leader. Prabhupada was the cult leader. He pulled his shit out of his ass. What are you saying? What do you think? Let's get your opinion. What do you think? Feisty hick. Maurice Chevalier, thanks for heaven. Thank heaven for little girls. Yeah, exactly. Look at this. This is Prabhupada's idea of a good time.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
I know, Queen. It's so funny, Queen. It's like, well, what do you call it? If it's not a cult, what do you call it? What do you call it if it's not a cult? You got the coercion. You got all 10. You got the a cult of personality. You got the charismatic leader. You got the transcendent message. You've got the sacred assumption. You've got the us versus them mentality. You've got ends justify the means. You've got the exploitation of labor. You've got the isolation. Well, I don't know if I got all of them because my brain can't remember all 10. And you got the space travel. So what else do you call it? Feisty hick. Come on, I'm trying to have a conversation with you. You came in here and you asked a question, and I'm trying to have you say something, and then I answer, and I say something, and then we go back and forth. So, feisty hick. Yeah, I'm saying it was a cult with Prabhupada. What are you saying? I'm not expert, but I thought the anti-ISKCON people always respected Prabhupada. I never heard of him abusing people. Okay, well, have you seen this conversation? Have you seen this conversation where Prabhupada is talking about marrying this 12-year-old girl to a 19-year-old man? There is no objection. 19 years old boy and a 12-year girl. It is very good combination. Is that? I mean, I don't know. In 1977, he's marrying February 27, 1977. He's saying that he's telling this guy that he can marry this 12-year-old girl to a 19-year-old man. They're talking about arranging this devotee to marry a devotee to marry another devotee's daughter. 12 years old, and he's 19. So do you consider that abuse? Do you consider arranged marriage in 1977, arranging a marriage between a 12-year-old girl and a 19-year-old man in the year 1977, arranging that, it was not only illegal, not only was it illegal, but it's just morally and ethically wrong. And are you saying that it's not? You tell me. You tell me. Is that abuse? Is marrying a little 12-year-old girl that has no say in? She has no say. She can't say no. It's arranged marriage. 1977. This little girl, 12-year-old girl, born in 1965. Is that abuse? You tell me. I'm asking you. All the ladies in my Gita Zoom are a disciple of. Bicycle DOS. I've never heard of Prabhupada abusing people. He abused that 12-year-old girl that he had married to that 19-year-old man. Is that at least? Do you agree that he abused at least one little girl? Can you at least agree to that? Can you at least agree that he abused one little girl by having her a marriage arranged to a 19-year-old man? Can you agree to that? Okay, fair enough. But those are very, very common Hindu customs. Is it very common in 1977? I'm going to ask you again. Was it common in 1977? Because this conversation took place in 1977. You see here, 1977. 1977, he says to marry a 12-year-old girl to a 19-year-old man. So I'm going to ask you again. Was it common in 1977 for 12-year-old girls to get married to a 19-year-old man? Or are you just going to continue to just ignore it? Are you just going to ignore it and say, well, what else have you got? Because you want to ignore that he arranged a marriage for a 12-year-old girl in 1977. And that wasn't the only one. There's many others that he arranged. And the women are grown and they talk about it. And the girl talks about how she was raped, and then she was molested and raped, and then she was married off. And you guys want to act like that never happened. You guys want to act like you don't know about this shit. And if you don't know about it, why? Why don't you know about it? What, you want more? What else? Anything else? What, you want more? So that's not enough, right? Marrying 12-year-old girls off to 19-year-old men is not enough for you. You need something else. What else do you need? You need him to pull out a knife and slit someone's throat? And then you'll say, okay, now probably I went too far. What do you need? You need probably to take a woman in the other room and rape her, and then you'll say that's going too far? What is it that's too far? Well, I don't understand. It was common in 1977? No, it's not common. It was against the law in 1977. Well, you need more? What else do you need? Separating little kids from their parents and putting them in a school with freaks abusing them? You want to talk about that? Was he qualified to create a school where kids were molested wholesale and nobody did anything about it? You want to act like that didn't happen? You want to act like Salochan wasn't murdered by these freaks? And all these other people in New Vrindavan weren't murdered by these freaks? You want to act like all these women, all these Rupa Manjaris weren't abused by their husbands? All these little girls weren't abused in the Gurukul? You want to act like none of that happened? This is what I'm saying. He doesn't want to blame Prabhupada for any of this. Prabhupada was an evil, fucking, disgusting piece of shit. And Yeah, he's just rage baiting Mike and everyone here. He has nothing to say. He just wants to. It gives me an opportunity to just repeat to everybody out there that this is how these people are. This is how these people are. I know. Who's your guru? He won't tell us he's not going to tell us his guru. He's not going to tell us his guru because you know that he knows his guru is a fucking scammer. I know. Anybody who comes on here and defends child marriage in the year 1977 and says that it was common in India in 1977 for a 12-year-old girl to marry a 19-year-old when it was illegal in 1977 in India to marry a 12-year-old girl. So not only was he breaking the law, instructing his disciples to break the law, what other laws was he telling them to break? They come in and they want to defend this shit. It just shows you what disgusting people they are. They can't admit that child marriage is wrong. They can't say it's wrong. He's going to come in and say, well, it was this, it was that, it was common, it was common, it was this, whatever they want to say. They cannot say it's wrong. They won't say it's wrong. They will not say it's wrong. Child marriage is not common in India, and suggesting so is very racist and disgusting. I'm so sick of it. It is. It's racist. It's white supremacy. It's white supremacy. It's saying, look at these Indians, these brown Indian people with their child marriage, and they're this and that, and they have no class, and that's what they were doing, and give them a break because that's their culture and all of this. And that's not true. It's just not true. I can't with the racism. I know. You apparently love this culture. You want to be a guru for them, but you shit all over them. I know. I know. It is. It's the white super Hindu bullshit. These super white Hindus. These white super Hindus, they want to come in here and tell other Indians what their culture is, what is common in their country, what's common in their culture. First of all, they can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. They can't say that child marriage is wrong. They won't say it. It's such a simple thing to do, especially in the year 2026 with Epstein Island and all this shit that goes on and all the pedophilia in the news and in the media and all of this. Nobody has tolerance for this. Nobody has tolerance for this. People are fed up. They're fed up with pedophiles, and they're fed up with school shootings. They're fed up with children being exploited and nothing being done about it. They're fed up with it. And then you got these fucking Krishnas running around trying to make excuses for child marriage and making excuses and trying to say that they're for women's liberation and for women's rights and all that, and it's all bullshit. Who's got time for that shit? And because they're white supremacists, like that guy, like that racist guy, he's always talking about the brown Indians, and there's not enough white people, and not enough white. That's how these people think. They're freaking weird. That's why I'm saying they're racist. It's in their books. Hey, yeah, hot mess, hot lips, yeah, hot tub, hot feet, hot lips, hot mess. All right, buddy. Good to see you. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, I know it's You know, they just can't say it. They just won't say it. Like it's, you know, it's blasphemy. It's like blasphemy. Yeah, Chandrasekhar, that's him. Chandrasekhar. Prabhupada taught 16th century criminal human abuse doctrines. He himself was no pure devotee, marrying, impregnating an 11-year-old child, which he never had to do. Absolutely, I'm with you 100%. 100%. He didn't have to do it. Absolutely. And the Chandrasekhar, it's the same thing with this don't like the brown Hindus. They don't like the Indians. He doesn't want to dress like them. He doesn't want to act like them. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. He says, "Oh, we're imitating poverty," and then he says, "I don't want to insult the Indians, and I don't want to insult." Well, and then he goes on and he insults the Indians. The guy's like a real piece of shit, but he can't hear it. He doesn't hear it because they're so into their white super Hindu. You know, it's like any other cult, like the cult of MAGA, like white supremacists. They can't hear themselves when they speak nonsense. They can't. Yeah, and it's racist condition. Absolutely. Absolutely. And they don't get it. They just don't. And that's why I do these videos. And hopefully I can reach some people out there by showing Knitting Cult Lady and other cult people that they can get it. They can, if they hear it enough times, they'll understand that they're in a cult. This is a cult. I don't care if you think it's a 5,000-year-old tradition. I don't care if you think there's a parampara. I don't care about all that stuff. You're in a cult. You don't think there's 5,000-year-old cults? You don't think there's 2,000-year-old cults? Yeah, absolutely. Cults been around as long as anything else. You think, oh, it's not a cult, it's a 5,000-year-old tradition. No, it's a 5,000-year-old cult. You want to look at it that way? Go ahead. I know the truth. It's not 5,000 years old. But if you want to say 5,000, well, go right ahead. It's never been legal anywhere to marry an 11-year-old at any time. Yeah, I mean, but you know, it's never been legal anywhere to marry an 11-year-old at any time. Nobody that's been born in the last 70 years has grown up anywhere in the Western civilization, or you know, even in Asia, where marrying an 11-year-old girl is normal. It's just not. And for these people to come in here and say and try to claim that somewhere in the world marrying an 11-year-old girl is totally normal and it's totally that is bullshit. You weren't brought up to believe that. You're hearing bullshit and you're repeating bullshit because you think you're a white super Hindu. You think you're a white super Hindu, and whatever you say, you know. I think he said you can beat a dog, a dog, a woman, and a drum. I think it was Chanakya Pandit or whatever that guy was. That guy he's always quoting. It says all the racist, fucked up things. The one that says never trust a woman or a politician. That guy. I think he said there's 3 things you can beat: a dog, a woman, and a drum. But either way, it's the same, you know. Yeah, you know, it's 2026, and we still have people coming in here that can't say that it's wrong. They just can't say it's wrong. You show them the conversation, and you think that they would go, oh, well, you know, gee, I didn't know that he said that. That's not right. No, they can't do that. They just can't do it. If that isn't proof it's a cult, if that isn't proof that it's a cult, I don't know what is. I mean, that's the definition of a cult. Cult founder Prabhupada taught misogyny, sexism, racism, human trafficking, human labor abuse, unfortunately pedophilia, all led by his own example. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't. Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't be here. We would just be off doing whatever we were doing. But because of him, we got messed up in this cult. Because of him and his and people like Brahmananda and Yashodananda and Sajvarup and Hridayananda and all of those people, Rameshwar and all of those people, because of Prabhupada and all of those people, we're here. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, Knitting Cult Lady's got a thing about how patriarchy, white supremacy, child abuse, and corporal punishment, and all these things, they all go together. Yeah, it only takes one wrong statement, and the whole Jenga tower comes tumbling down, and they can't, and that's why. And that's why they won't say it. They won't say that the child marriage thing is wrong. Because once they do that, well, what else is wrong? No. We're not going to take that chance. You can't take that chance. I'm not going to take that chance. I'm not going to say that he's wrong, because that's your trick. You want to get me to say that Prabhupada was wrong on child marriage, and then the next thing you know, I'm going to say he was wrong on a bunch of stuff, and I'm not going to do that. That's what they're thinking. You hurt the ones you love the most. Yeah, or what did this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you. Yeah, I always heard dog. I never heard child. But I read the conversation where Prabhupada told you Shodanandan, go ahead and beat that kid, and that's all I needed to. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. Yeah, then Prabhupada is wrong. Exactly. He's wrong. He's wrong. If the Jenga tower comes down, then the Jenga tower comes down. That's just the way it is. I can't be, and that's what I recognized. That's what I recognized. That's why I left. I said I'm not going to be part of this Jenga holding up this fake Jenga tower. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. It was a hard decision to make, and it was like for all of us. It was a hard decision to make. Am I leaving? Is it real? Is it really? And yeah, it was a hard decision to make. But I said, Prabhupada is wrong. Prabhupada is wrong. He's wrong. When you're wrong, you're wrong. When you're hot, you're hot. And when you're not, you're not. And he wasn't. And that's just the way it is. And that's just it. Prabhupada is wrong. Yeah, and that's the thing, with the scriptures and stuff, is that people start saying, well, it says this, it says that, it says this, it says that, and it doesn't lead to anything good. It never does. It never leads to anything good, especially when it's something controversial. Especially when it's something controversial like beating your kid, or what can women do? Can women, are women equal? Well, it says in the Bible, women need to be, subservient to their husbands. Oh, it says in the Bible we can we can beat our kid. It says, Prabhupada says in the Bhagavad Gita, you can beat a drum, a dog, and a woman. It says in the Bhagavad Gita, 11-year-old girls. It says. Yeah, it's you know, once you get going with that, what does it say in the book, and what does Prabhupada say? Then all bets are off. Like I said, he's just pulling stuff out of his ass. Okay. Don't eat onions. Oh, let me see. Oh yeah. Get 4 hours of sleep. Oh, let me see. What's this one? Oh yeah. Follow Ekadasi. That's fucking bullshit. Oh man. So hey, listen, everybody. I think I'm gonna cut loose now. This has been so much fun. We're always having a good time, right?
Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Are we clear?
Yeah, we're clear. And I'm happy that we were able to boom, boom, boom.
I can dance. Boom, 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 boom. You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, boom, boom. Yay!
Yay! And I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna plan a uninitiation ceremony, so we can all come in here. And well, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but we're gonna have some kind of little ceremony, and we can all unswaha ourselves. We can all we can say it was this day when we uninitiated ourselves, and we'll have an uninitiation date, and we can all wear it as a badge, and we can say this is the day. So so what we didn't hear today was we didn't hear this.
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
And for all you Hare Krishnas out there that are in and you don't know what to do and you're wondering, you can always
just walk away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror. Just walk away.
And listen, I have to say this. I would recommend. I would say that if any of you guys out there, we no Ghana today. Any of you guys want to go over there and challenge Guru Hari and let him know that he's not getting away with it now. We're too many people are onto him. Too many people are onto his scam and what he's doing. And I would say go over there and give him a hard time. Go ahead, go over there and give him a hard time, and tell him I sent you. I don't care. tell him I sent. Unga. So hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining in. It's been so much fun. I'm gonna go ahead and ring the bell. I'm gonna ring the bell now. Ding. And everybody, thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. Please share these videos. Get them out where other people can see them. Because I know there's a lot of Hare Krishnas out there, ex-devotees like us, that would join in if they knew that we were here. They just don't know, and we want to be available for anybody who wants to come in and join us. So I know there's a lot of ex-devotees out there that would just love to come in and share with us and laugh and joke and cry and all of that. It'd be so much fun. So please like, share, and subscribe, everybody. And I'm going to ring the bell again for Fake Human. Ding. And everybody, thank you so much for joining. Please have a great day, great night, great morning, great afternoon, great evening. If you're hungry, have a great brunch. Have some great luck. Stay out of a cult. And we got some closing credits here. Let's see, where are the closing credits? Where it's me as a Hare Krishna. Thanks, everybody.